One of the most important things when it comes to selling on Amazon is mastering a niche. Now, what a niche means is it's basically a category or a subcategory that you are trying to become a master in. Now, the reason why this is so important is that famous saying, a jack of all trades and a master of none. You want to be a master of one. Being a jack of all trades means you're just going to end up being a mediocre Amazon seller. So the secret that most 6- and 7-figure Amazon sellers understand is that it is far better to be a master in 2 to 3 categories. Now, the question you're probably asking as a beginner Amazon seller is, how do you carve out your niche? What I'm going to dive into today is exactly how you can use the Keepa product finder to do this. With that being said, let's get into the video so you can see exactly how you can get to the blueprint of being a 7-figure Amazon seller. And as always, if you got value, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into it.
Carving out your own niche is as simple as setting up a few Keepa product finder filters. Now I'm going to show you these exact filters in this video that you can use to carve out your own niche. And this is basically the secret to 6- and 7-figure Amazon sellers who are consistently winning in the game. So what we're going to do is pick a niche. For example, I can tell you one that I use commonly for beginners is like, I used to sell boxed crackers and those type of dry good items. So what I'm going to do is set these filters to pull up only those specific products. And that's where we'll start. So what you do in order to do this, you just go to title, brand, and more in the Keepa product finder. This is on the Keepa website. So it's just an extension of your Keepa subscription. And what you're going to do is go to the subcategory. So we're going to select grocery and gourmet as our subcategory. And let's say we want to do dry goods like snacks. For example, snacks is like a bigger subcategory. You could even say crackers. But the way you can see here is like snack foods. That's a whole subcategory itself. Fruit snacks is the subcategory below snack food. So it's kind of in like an order. You see grocery, gourmet, snacks and sweets, snack foods, fruit snacks. So you can choose whichever one you like want to, particularly target. You can target a bigger subcategory. You can target snacks and sweets. It basically just means that more products will show the bigger the category. So with grocery and gourmet, more products, it'll get smaller with snacks and sweets. Snacks and foods will get even smaller as well. So we're going to select snack foods. And then what we are going to do is start to make this more granular because we have 200,000 products. That's way too much and way too overwhelming. So what we're going to do is look for products that are about under, let's say 80,000 in sales rank in the grocery category. Typically that means that it sells at least 100 times a month if it's below around 80,000. Right away we went from 144 to 17,000. Now let's say we want to exclude Amazon from the listing, down to 13,000. What we would do next is exclude, or we would set actually an offer count here. So what we're going to do is make sure we avoid all private label products, all wholesale products. So what we're going to do is set a minimum of about, let's say 7 or 8 sellers and a cap of about 40 sellers. This way it's not private label, it's not wholesale, it's online arbitrage specific products. So that way we kind of have it even more granular. Went from 18,000 to just 1,000 products. We can get even more and more granular. Like we can do fruit snacks, for example. If we want to make this show up smaller, just hit fruit snacks. You're going to see there's 62 different fruit snacks. So however you want to do it, if you want to try out a particular niche, this is the way to do it. So what we would do is just hit find products. And then now we see all these fruit snacks. So these are all potentially profitable fruit snacks in the niche. And you can see all these Keepa charts look relatively like online arbitrage products. And then from there, what you would do next is you would just go to the Amazon listing. You'd obviously look at that Keepa chart, make sure it checks out. And if it looks good, what you're going to do is go ahead and source that product. So from there, you are going to pull up your SellerAmp Chrome extension, and then you're going to hit Google. And then once you go to Google, you're going to see, okay, where can I find this product profitably? And if this is the same one, it looks like 50 pouches here. So we're looking for a 50 pack, which this quite honestly could be from like a BJ's. Yeah, it looks like BJ's and wholesale clubs sell this item. So they're selling this for $14.99. If you can potentially get a discount, but usually these type of items are bought in store like retail arbitrage. So this might be more of like a retail arbitrage lead, to be completely honest with you, just because it's a bulk item that usually is purchased like Costco or BJ's. So what we would do is just go back out and we keep looking through these products, and we'd start to carve out specific items that we could double down on and sell a ton of on Amazon. So not the greatest chart, because it looks like Amazon's heavily dominating this. The price kind of fluctuates a lot too. It's not really consistent, and it's hard to find something that is that's profitable, like under $10, in my honest opinion. So what we would do is just kind of keep going. This one, Amazon's in stock, and we probably wouldn't want to sell that one. This one looks a little bit better. This more likely could be like a wholesale item though. But let's check it out, see what we can find. It is selling for $20, which honestly is kind of a lot considering it's just 20 pouches of this when 50 pouches were 15. So it could potentially be profitable. Let's go ahead and look it up. So it looks like Walmart. Oh, so this is 20 pouches. I'm just seeing if this is the same one. It looks like it's the same one. They maybe just changed the packaging. It's definitely a possibility. So it looks like Walmart is selling this for $9.98. So what we would want to do is see if we can get this profitable. So I have some filters on my SellerAmp, which leads to me having more fees. So I'm just going to deduct my prep fee and my virtual assistant salary fee from this. You don't have to worry about this. I'm just doing this for your reference so you can see what actual fee structure would look like on your listing. So let's deduct those. So you'd be making around $1.45. This is not enough to really justify. It's close, but definitely not enough. So those are going to happen. What you're going to want to do in that case is just kind of back out, keep searching, keep looking for more products to potentially find profitably, and then go from there. There's a ton of different leads here that could potentially be worth your time. And then what you would do from here is rinse and repeat. You would start to carve out different niches. So if you want to stay in the grocery category, but you want to find a different one, or if you want to try beauty, for example, you can do that as well. So let's say we do beauty, personal care, and let's say you want to sell makeup. Makeup sells like crazy on Amazon. That's an awesome place to go. So we could do eye. That's like eye makeup. We could do lip makeup. So you can actually select makeup, I believe, but like if you want to get more granular, you can just focus on eye, lips, like different types of makeup. So there's body. I don't ever really source body, to be honest with you. Let's see if there's anything else. There's foundation. So there's a lot of different kinds of makeup. And what you can do with this, since beauty is a broader category, so you can do 120,000. That will still be around 100 sales a month. So there's 1,500 products that meet that criteria. So there is a lot of products on this. If you want to get even more granular, you can just eliminate the amount of subcategories. So if you just want to focus on eye makeup, maybe a website's running a huge sale and you want to focus on that, you can. Or if you want to get super specific, like for example, we were on a group call last night with my students and I was kind of diving into this example where it's like if you are focusing on a specific brand, like MAC Cosmetics is a popular beauty brand. So what I can do is say, hey, I see they're running a 25% off foundation sale. So what I can actually do to get like super granular here is deselect these. So now I'm only seeing foundation. And then what I can do is add MAC as the brand. So if I just select MAC, there's like a couple different brands on Amazon that are MAC. So I can kind of select each of those. Those are about 27 foundations that meet this criteria. So these are 27 potentially profitable products that you can add to your business. And then you would go to the MAC Cosmetic website, and then you would try to source this profitably. Like you see it selling for $29.25. You can tack on a coupon potentially and get that product even lower and more likely to be profitable. So that's basically how this works in a nutshell. And that's basically how we end up buying tons of inventory for our Amazon business. We get hyper-focused on a niche, and that's where the money is. It all lies in that niche. We sell in really three main categories / subcategories that make us the most money. So I hope you guys got some value from this video and learned a thing or two about how to kind of carve out your niche to help you scale even higher, because that's what all the 6- and 7-figure successful Amazon sellers are doing. They have their own niche. So with that being said, if you got value from this video, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.